Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, and huge announcement coming from Wizards today. This is the one we have all been waiting for and speculating on. So of course, ya boy, Blake Rasmussen is here to write us a wonderful poetic article about this brand new product that is coming out somewhat soon. And spoiler alert, I guessed exactly what it would be. So the article starts with, what if, the whispers went, what if they made a set that skipped standard and went straight to modern? Think of the things they could print. Think about it, we did. And we came up with some wild, exciting stuff. So what Blake said is 100% accurate. All the staff members across the board that make public statements on this have said that the hardest problem with putting any kind of modern reprints in standard is power level, cost, or more specifically in that context, value, and fitting into the lore. So yeah, power level, pretty self-evident. I mean, what would happen if they put Snapcaster in standard? It would be pretty nuts. Although they did, it was called Torrential Gearhulk and it should have been banned. And then cost/value, it's both. Both are a problem. When fetch lands were in standard, I mean, it was a really good prospect to buy them up. They went down in price because of the print volume, and everybody knew they would go right back up because they're used in every other format. So it was a buyer's market and people were happy if they had the money, but then you go to deck building. Oh my gosh. I mean, the mana base, remember, it was three color sets in a row in one block. I mean, it was a $200-300 mana base for like any deck. I mean, it was outrageous. You had $800 standard decks. I mean, it was utterly insane. And then, like I said, you get the flavor problems or lore problems. Like, what is this character doing in the middle of this storyline? They aren't even from this plane and they aren't currently on this plane and they weren't in the story. What? And those are three huge problems. So it was all solved by Modern Masters, which they got rid of just because they got all mad that Iconic and Masters 25 sold like crap because of various reasons. So, oh well, instead of fixing it, we'll just eliminate it because we're going to take our ball and go home. We could easily fix it. We proved we could fix it with Ultimate Masters, but we're not gonna. We don't like money. Yeah, everybody assumed that's not what they were doing. So as it turns out, that's not what they're doing. So announcing Modern Horizons, the first set designed to skip standard legality and aim straight for modern. And I mean, you know what the number one problem with modern is? None of those cards were ever designed to work together at all. They were designed to be in standard in the block they were in, and that's it. As soon as you go outside of that, you get some broken combos, and the results are the sheer number of cards banned in Modern. So it's always just a, oops, it's overpowered, okay, ban it back down format. So if they were to purposely design things for Modern, it would be a step towards actually designing and playtesting Modern as a separate thing, not just, oh, we designed standard, whoops, the Eldrazi just broke it, oh well, let's ban everything. So releasing already on June 14th, we've got Modern Horizons. It's a 249 standard size set, and it's new to Modern cards. So it's a mix of reprints not yet legal in Modern, and new cards that celebrate both Modern and Magic's rich history. So what that very specifically means is up for debate, but I get what they're going for. I mean, to me, my assessment of that sentence is they're taking older cards and making them modern legal by putting them in this modern legal set. So that will do some interesting things to some very old prices. I mean, honestly, the last thing we need is like legacy staples and vintage staples in modern. That won't do anybody any favors, but I don't think that's what they're targeting. A lot of them are reserve list cards anyway. So I think they're just going to bring up cards that people are like, oh man, that was in like 7th edition and it just missed the cutoff, but that would be so good in modern. I think that's what they're going to print here. Plus brand new, never before seen cards, and obviously it goes without saying these will be legal in Commander. So it sounds really, really good to me. Also, the set's coming out one day early on Magic Online if you're dumb enough to use that god-awful platform. So the last time I gave a prediction about what I thought this product would be based on the hints, it was exactly correct. Not only did I guess that it would be about $6.99 a booster, which it's $6.99 a booster, well, at least that's its Magic Online price, and all media they put out very distinctly says Magic Online price. That has to be the paper price. They cannot get away with $9.99 anymore. But I have a feeling they're going to try. Now, in researching this, I couldn't find a single reference to it, but I'm pretty sure every other Masters set, except for Ultimate Masters, was cheaper on MTGO, because the cards just are cheaper on MTGO. So I think $6.99 was the standard price for products that were $9.99. So I guess we'll find out much later. But yeah, in my prediction video, I said it might be a 2,500 card set where you build a Singleton deck because they were hinting that it might be something Singleton or Commander related. But then at the end of the video, I legit just said, I think it's going to be $6.99 a booster and it's going to be just Battle Bond, but for Modern. what Battle Bond was for Commander, where it's half new cards and some reprints. It'll be draftable, and they'll just sell it slightly cheaper and call it a brand new modern legal set. And that's exactly what they did. Now get this. There's going to be a pre-release event for it, which is totally wild. I can't imagine what it'll cost. But the official release is June 14th, remember? So it is going to be on June 8th through the 9th, the pre-release events. So check this out. They say this can be a bit difficult to parse without some examples, so let's show you just a taste of what Modern Horizons has in store. So we've got a Cabal Therapist and Sarah the Benevolent. So the first one, Cabal Therapist, is of course a throwback to the card Cabal Therapy. I do like the artwork, it's kind of neat, and it's a creature horror with menace, and it's a 1/1 for 1 with menace, so that's kind of cool. It's like 1 guaranteed damage-ish. But then also, at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, you may sacrifice a creature. Now it says a creature, so it would heavily imply that you can only do it once per turn. It's a hit or miss or take it or leave it kind of trigger. So when you do, choose a non-land card name, just completely choose it out of the blue, then target player reveals their hand and discards all cards with that name. So you might miss the first time, but you're probably not going to whiff the second time if they haven't already cast it. Honestly, that's borderline overpowered, and hand disrupted is one of the most complained about things in all of Modern, so I'm kind of surprised, but not that surprised that they did this. But I don't know. I mean, unless you got a line of zombie tokens, like what would you really be sacking? And Modern is very fast paced. So, I mean, yeah, if this was in Standard, I'd be complaining a little bit more. But this looks very playable and very valuable. And they put it in the rare slot. So, like, I get it. The fact that it can single-handedly get rid of somebody's win con from their perfect opening hand, though, that is really, really annoying. I mean, people want Thoughtseize banned in Modern. So, ooh, we'll see how this goes over. So the next card is Sarah the Benevolent. I don't think she has ever been a Planeswalker before. In fact, I didn't think she was a Planeswalker, but you know me and my knowledge of the lore. So it is a 4-cost, double white with 4 loyalty, which is an appropriate speed in Modern. And everybody knows if they dropped it to 3, it would be weak as hell. That is, just look it up. All the 3-cost Planeswalkers, they're all terrible. So her +2 is creatures you control with flying, get +1/+1 until end of turn. Pretty darn weak, honestly, but in the right kind of deck, okay, like a Flyers deck, duh. Her -3, which leaves her at 1 loyalty, is create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying and vigilance. So that's pretty cool. That's like the token from actually right now in Standard. That's not bad, because if you just pretend you paid her 4 mana cost for a flying vigilant angel, that's not bad, and then you get to keep a Planeswalker, so I think that's the focus of this card, and then you would +2 the next turn, so it leaves her vulnerable, but, I mean, it's a damn good card, and then -6, which you would get to literally 1 turn after you drop her in if you +2 her, you get an emblem with, if you control a creature, damage that would reduce your life total to less than 1, reduces it to 1 instead. So every single creature in play becomes, I guess, a miniature Platinum Angel, not quite, I mean, they could beat you other ways, there's other win cons than life total, but I guess you could say it turns them into little Gideon Planeswalkers or something. God, that's annoying. The thing is, though, she'd have to not take any direct damage from red. I mean, like, basically, yeah, she's powerful, but she's appropriate in Modern, I would say. So could you imagine what fresh hell it would be to have either one of these in Standard? And these are both never-before-seen brand new cards that they have made up for the set. So the only way to get them legal in Modern would be to put them in Standard. If you put them in Conspiracy or, Battle Bond or whatever, they aren't legal in Modern. So all they did was basically just print a Battle Bond set and make the cards legal in Modern. So it's the exact same thing. It's just, thank God they don't have to run these through Standard. So, I mean, that's almost all the information we have right now, which I think this is a wonderful intro. It's very detailed. It's very specific. I wish we had a card MSRP. Hey, maybe that's why they're not doing it. If you didn't hear, they got rid of all product MSRPs on every single Magic product. They are no longer going to have MSRPs, which makes sense because they themselves are not obeying the MSRP on Amazon, selling direct to customers. So anyway, the final paragraph is powerful new options mixed with flavorful updates for favorite characters means Modern Horizons is going to be a wild ride. The set is full of cards that build up favorite Modern strategies, create new ones, I hope so, and bring plenty of flavor to matches where Modern cards are legal. Previews start at the end of May, so hold on tight. Change is on the horizon. Haha, it's a pun, because if you already forgot, it's called Modern Horizons. So this is pretty exciting. I mean, I think everything about it is pretty good. I haven't really heard anything negative about it except that it's like not $3.99 a booster. Once again, we don't know for sure, but the online price will be $6.99. So I wouldn't be that surprised if paper is $7 or $8.99. I would be surprised if they leave it at $9.99, which is the original Masters price. But I mean, some of these cards, they're going to have a supply of 0. They're starting at 0 and they're at rare or mythic. So unlike a reprint set, you're not just, crashing the value. Like, there is no value. I mean, I think if people underestimate these cards, they'll shoot from $4 to $30 too. So if you're a very good modern meta analyst and you see something in a card that other people don't immediately see or doesn't immediately catch on, you could make some money. Like, you could triple up, quadruple up, like, no joke. But also, boy, they are going to have some value in this because, like I said, I do think, by the way, that they're going to print this to death because they're going to have to. I mean, if everybody who plays Modern wants a Cabal Therapist or a Sarah the Benevolent, guess what? They're going to have to print this so high. I mean, look at what happened to the Commander multiplayer dual lands from Battle Bond. I mean, the prices are insane lately, but everybody knew that's what they were going to get to because it was a really small print volume. I mean, really small. Like, compared to standard, not even on the same planet. So I think they're going to flood these, and they're also going to move more of them because if they keep them at $7 a booster, that'll be pretty affordable compared to Masters. It really will. I also think a lot of the brand new cards in here will be a fantastic investment for either the immediate future, the mid future, and the distant future, because who knows when they go in a deck, and they were handcrafted with a certain archetype in mind. So if that becomes popular again and something loops back around or something else gets banned and now this deck is back, oh my gosh, you could go a factor of 10x on a card. So that's the MTG Finance take on it. I mean, with that in mind, even if you're like super amateur level, you just want to buy a couple individual packs and you open some cool rares and mythics, put them in your binder and just hold them. And then one day somebody tells you, hey, did you know this is $60? There you go. And this would be the set to do it. So overall, I can't even think of anything negative about this, except they might print overpowered stuff that would completely break Modern. But I don't care. I don't commonly play Modern. So the one thing that I haven't addressed yet, will they release this as some kind of weird mixed Modern on Arena? No. No, unequivocally no. Anybody saying, oh, they might invent a new format with these on Arena, they might sell these packs on Arena? No. They are not going to do that. I assure you that is never going to happen. They would be crazy to try to mix this with Standard and then have like a third meta and a fourth meta and a best of one meta and then oh my gosh, no. No. So I guess we won't really ever know the price of this. I was going to say we might know it in May when previews start, but there are no MSRPs. They can't say these will be $6.99 a booster. So I think a lot of distributors are going to assign it an SRP, which is their suggested retail price based on cost, and everybody knows what the margin is on Magic products anyway. So as soon as, a vendor calls up and says it's $110 a box, they'll be like, okay, okay, it's this much per booster. So I think the price will be pretty consistent, but not exactly consistent because there is no baseline, because there is no MSRP. And everybody said, oh, well, that won't be an issue. Oops, this is a brand new product with a completely different price. So yeah, inventing a new product where online it's $6.99, boy, I don't know. So let me know your thoughts about this cool new product down in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.